Gee, Mark, I've got the bends. You took us up, you took us down, you kind of brought us in close, a couple of Liverpool kisses across the bridge of the nose here and there. Wow, what a wonderful way, what a start as a keynote to give us so much to ponder around the big picture and where you talked about that scaling to push back up. But as we talked about last night, it's almost like turning it upside down and saying we need the dendritic pattern coming from what's now the ground to be coming from the top and going back down. And you covered off on so much of that where you talked about thinking about the future, that variability that's costly financially, culturally, personally, and all of those layers, that each and every one of us, be that at a personal level, which we talked about yesterday in the next gen, because all the students, all of the youth, they put forward their vulnerability. And this was playing out through what you were talking about in terms of the vulnerability of the system in relationship to carbon, the vulnerability of the system in relationship to cities and how governments deal with this, and demonstrating those synergies and adaptations. Wow, that was, my mind is rolling around so much of what you just talked about. We could go on with questions, but given that our next sessions are timed and we've got people coming into the other sessions online, we really can't bleed over. What's the time now? 10:20, so we're actually right on time. If I take a question, we'll dive down a rabbit hole. But of course, drop your questions online. For everyone watching, please feel free to drop your questions online, and everyone can start to discuss those. I think, Mark, one of the things we have, you'll see on the tables, we have those hands. And that's an opportunity for you, each and every one of you, to write a pledge. And a pledge is really what you've been talking about in terms of, you've put the facts on the board, you've rattled the cage, you've talked about the reality that there's been delusion going on for a long time. It's been hidden in conversations and policies that have just decided to railroad it. When we make a pledge, we all step to the top and say, hey, I'm on public notice. So we have a big tree over there. And for those of you online who can't put your pledges, put them on the chat and we'll get someone to write them onto a page and onto a hand and put them on there, because everything Mark's spoken about is our business when it comes to thinking about the future. And the best way to change the future is to put yourself on the line and to be accountable. So have a look at those. You don't have to fill it out right now. You can fill it out over the next day or two and put it up there. There's also the those computer, what are QR codes, that's right. There's QR codes there which you can scan and put your questions in, and those questions will come straight to that tablet and I'll be able to share them with our speakers across the day. So, Mark?
I'll be around all day, so anyone who has questions, just come and ask, and I'll be at the dinner this evening as well.
Oh,
so
wow.
Happy to answer any questions you have.
So please feel free to approach Mark during the day. And Mark, thank you for kicking off our 2022 conference with such an informed, articulate and provocative keynote.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
That's great. Yeah.
So we're now going to go to our morning tea. That gives you a chance to go down the escalators, actually use the steps. That will get you active. Go down, grab a bite, grab a cuppa, and then, so I've got about 20 minutes, and then the other sessions, the plenaries kick off at 10:45. Oh, no, actually, we're back up here with a big panel called Back to the Future up here. So 20 minutes, head down, have a cuppa. While you're down there, there's exhibitors down in the foyer, so continue your conversations with them. We'll see you back here at 10:45. Thanks, everyone.